Hey, what's up everyone? So it's me, David, fitness instructor here at Trinity Sport. So I'm going to give you a slightly different workout today. So for those of you who've been doing my HIIT workouts, this is going to be a lot more low intensity, alright? So what we're doing today is a core workout. So we're looking to do maybe 10 to 12 minutes, we'll figure it out as we go along, but hopefully it's around 10 to 12 minutes of just all exercises focusing on this area. So not just the abs, we're going to have a lot of ab work, oblique work, some lower back work and some glute work, okay? So this whole area, because that's your core, okay? So trying to strengthen that area, make this area just absolutely bulletproof, really beneficial way to make your whole body stronger as a unit if that midsection is nice and strong. So what we're going to do today is we'll give you plenty of recovery time. I'm going to give you 2 or 3 exercises in a row. We're going to go for about 30 seconds per exercise, but it's really important. If you feel, I'll be telling you where you should be feeling it, and if you feel that area just kind of burn out or just fatigue a little bit, by all means stop, because usually when you're doing an ab exercise and the abs fatigue, that pressure is just going to go to your lower back anyway. So you're better off stopping, letting the abs recover, taking a second or two, and then jump back in. You might even see me do it occasionally, okay? So the focus here is on quality rather than quantity. I don't want you to do every single second of this video alongside me if it's not happening for you, especially if you're feeling it in the wrong areas, okay? But I'll be reminding you about that constantly throughout. So we're going to start standing. So if you're already sitting down thinking this is going to be a mat-based class, it is, but let's jump up for the first 2 exercises, okay? Just 2 exercises to kind of loosen up and get the whole body ready to go. So if you want to stand lengthways along your mat, or if you've got the room, whether you're doing this indoors or outdoors, you can do it wherever. Legs straight. We're just going to take the hands down to the floor, walk out all the way into a plank, and then walk back in, okay? When you come back in, I want you to stand all the way up and go again. All right, so down, fingers or hands on the ground, walking all the way out, and back up. So what are we doing here? We're getting a nice stretch down the back of the legs, so hamstrings are getting warmed up. We're also getting the wrists ready to go. So some of these exercises, you might be on your hands or your elbows. So we're just getting those arms, shoulders, wrists, all the upper body joints ready to go. We're also engaging the core a little bit. So as we walk all the way out, I want you to really tighten up the abs, especially when you get to here. Tighten up those abs, and then walk back in. One more for me, folks, one more. All the way down. That's it. And all the way back in. Okay, second exercise we're going to do from a standing position. Just come back into the middle of your mat. I want you to sit down into the lowest squat that you can. Okay, so by that I mean, don't necessarily try to get the bum to the floor. I'll show you what I mean. You're sitting down into a squat, okay? Your heels are on the ground. So if my heels are off the ground right now, it would mean I have to come up a little bit higher. So slowly sit back into a squat. Lowest squat you can. We're getting some hailstones. And then we're going to push out with our elbows against our knees. Just a fraction, okay? Just try hold that a little bit. Good. All the way back up. Give them a bit of a shake. We are going to do it a second time, all right? Sitting down into a squat. A little bit of pressure outwards from the elbows against the knees. Good. And back up. Okay, next few we're going to do on the mat. So I want you to jump down onto your mat. We're going to do a really good exercise for spine mobility. Just for loosening up the vertebrae and everything around that trunk area. So it's called cat-cow. You've probably seen it before. You're in this position, knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. You've got to crunch everything up, so basically tuck the chin in, tuck the hips and the bum in, slowly, like so. Then you're going to do the exact opposite. Extend everything, like so. Okay, so take your time. Try to do nice deep breaths. I can't really sync my breathing with it because I'm doing loads of talking. But if you can, try exhale as you go into the movement. So in this situation, it would be take a breath while you're there, and then okay, so you try your best to do that. That's the movement. Take your time, do a few more. Tuck the chin, tuck the hips, and then extend everything from your tailbone right up to your head. Okay, I want you to bring it back to neutral, so you're just in a straight back again. Take one hand, pop it on the back of your head. You're gonna bring the body inwards, then around. So elbow goes to elbow, and then twist that body around. You've still got this gap between your knees. So the bottom half, say from your waist down, is still quite fixed. You're really loosening up that upper half. Okay, do a few on the one side, then swap over. Okay, so I might show you from this side. You keep going, swap hands, elbow to elbow, and a nice twist. You might hear a few things crack as you loosen up your ribs, open up the chest, loosen up the spine, loosen up the hips. There's a lot going on. Really good move to do. Okay, after that, I just want you to take your 2 hands on the mat, hinge back nice and long. So you're sitting back onto pretty much your calf muscles, 2 hands out in front, all the way back up. Okay, so obviously you can do a really long warm-up if you want. If you want to pause and do a few of those stretches again, by all means go ahead. But there's some really good stretches to really loosen up that area, and a lot of the exercises that we're gonna do will use all the muscles you've just warmed up, okay, and loosened up. So that said, we're going to start with our first 3 exercises. We're going to go for 30 seconds on each. So I want you to lie flat on your mat, 2 legs out in front. You're going to start with the 2 hands over your chest, okay? And you're going to do a full sit-up, okay? So not a crunch, a full sit-up. You're going to go from this position, deep breath in, and then as you exhale, crunch up, extend, and then lower yourself back down. Okay, we're going to go for one more, up, all the way up. And you should be in this nice L position at the top, and then lower yourself all the way back down. So that is your exercise. We're going to go for 30 seconds. We're going to keep talking. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So, no need to necessarily look at the video. I want you to look up at the sky and just listen to what I'm saying. So as you come up off your mat, you're kind of coming up 1 vertebrae at a time. Kind of really make a connection with the abs, and the exact same on the way down. Okay, so when you're going back down, everybody, you're going down 1 vertebrae at a time, resisting gravity right to the last second. Go for a few more. Hopefully you're still going. 5, 4, 3, last 1, 2, and 1. Lower yourself all the way back down to the last second. Okay, brilliant. Next, so that's a lot more upper ab focus. So this kind of section here, we're now going to take it to the lower abs. All right, so 2 hands down. Your head is going to be on the mat. Okay, use the hands. So a little bit of pressure there. They're not just down there to have a rest. They are putting a bit of pressure down towards the floor. Okay, legs come up. You're going to curl in and back out. Curl in and back out. Slow tempo, okay? If you need breaks, pop the heels back on the floor. If you've got the strength, by all means, just go straight back into another rep like so. Okay, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. So again, I want you to keep your head in neutral. So by that, I mean, look up at the ceiling or the sky, depending on where you're doing it, and just listen to what I'm saying. So as those knees come in, abs are really tight, and just at the top of that movement, when the knees are all the way in, your tailbone should leave the floor, and you're using your hands to keep some pressure against the floor. Try get a few more reps, and again, we're still breathing out. Every time those knees come in, I want you breathing out, folks. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return those legs. So hopefully you'll feel that burn again, but now it should be lower down. You might even have it in the hips or the legs, depending on where your weak areas are, but you're definitely looking at the lower part of your abdominal area. So, we went from upper abs to lower abs. Now we're going to do something for the lower back and the glutes. So while the abs are having a quick break, like I said, we're going for quality over quantity. So while the abs are having a break, we're going to do something for the lower back. So pop back into this position, the position you're in for your warm-up. 2 hands directly under the shoulders, 2 knees directly under the hips. You're going to do what's called Supermans, okay? It's a bit of a Pilates move. You're going to slide the opposite arm and the opposite leg out without the rest of the body moving, and then bring them back, okay? And then do the other side. And back. I'm starting the clock now, folks, okay? So get into position. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Again, listen to my voice. So you're just looking down at the mat. And the goal here isn't necessarily about what the arm and the leg are doing. What you really want to focus on is what the rest of the body is doing. So when that arm and the leg come up, can you resist doing all this twisting, okay? Can you make that movement happen while keeping the rest of the body nice and solid? You won't necessarily feel a burn like you did on the first 2 exercises. Won't be that intense. You should feel one glute switching on, whichever leg is off the ground. You'll feel that glute. You should feel the lower back as well, switching on a little. 3, 2, and 1. Drop that bum back, 2 hands out. Get a little bit of a stretch. Okay, there's your 3 exercises. We're going to do that a second time, okay? We're going to do that a second time. Upper abs, lower abs, and then your back and your glutes, okay? So you're back into this position, completely flat. If you want to make this tougher, grab anything, a bottle of water, a book, anything that adds a small bit of weight. Don't go crazy, because usually when people go quite heavy on this exercise, they just bring momentum in anyway. So grab something light if you want, just to have something in your hands. If not, just go like me, hands up to the ceiling. Okay, 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath. Then you exhale on that first rep, all the way up into this L position, and back down. Okay, so you work at your own pace, everyone. All right, but the goal here would be control, okay? Can you peel your body up with no swing and no momentum? And then can you place it back down without dropping, okay? Without gravity just dropping you back to the mat. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a little recovery. 2 hands down. Readjust yourself if you need to. Straight into our leg raises. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Knees coming in, breathing out,
and then inhale as they return back to their starting position. Okay, so if you want to make it harder, obviously you don't want to add a weight to this, but take the hands up, pop them on your chest. Okay, and you've lost your support, so you'll realize how much those hands were actually helping you. So if you feel all that pressure going to the lower back, either pop the hands back on the floor or just take a quick break. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay, flip over. Let's get these Supermans done. We're doing every exercise twice, so this is your last time doing each exercise. Into position. 3, 2, 1. Okay, opposite arm, opposite leg. If you want to make this one tougher, just throw in a little bit of a pause at the top and back down. So get that opposite arm, opposite leg up, hold it, and back down. And like I said, don't worry about the arm and the leg that's off the ground. It's about what the rest of your body is doing while they're up there. Okay, so no shaking, no twisting, everything just in nice straight alignment. 5 seconds, everyone. 4, 3, 2, and 1. There's your first block done. Let's kneel back, a bit of a stretch, let the abs recover, switch off. Like I said, I'm going to say it over and over again, we're trying to keep that quality there, alright? So if you bombard this area too much, technique's going to go out the window and the pressure will go to the wrong areas. You're really trying to make it true strength gains in the right areas. Alrighty? So we're going to take it up a notch. Our next few exercises, we're going to jump into a plank to begin with. So I'll show you lengthways. You'll just need to be on your mat, face down, elbows directly under the shoulders, like so. 2 feet out, like so. Nice and solid. Abs really switched on. Okay, so you don't want to see the back caved in. That's not great for your back at all. And you don't want to see the bum up in the air. That's not dangerous, but you're definitely not going to feel it the right way. Okay, your abs will be switched off. Okay, so into this nice straight position, you'll know when you're in it because it's quite tough. If that's tough enough, just stay there. If you want to make it tougher, I want you to reach out and tap the floor in front of you. Okay, so that's our first exercise. We're going to go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Into your plank. Take a second to get solid. Once you're happy, see if you can bring in those taps. Now there's not a lot of weight going through that. You're just reaching out, tapping the floor. It's more about what the rest of the body is doing, like on the lower back exercise. So just reach out and tap. 10 more seconds, folks. Any stage you need to, you drop those knees back to the floor and get some recovery. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees go down. Sit back. That can be quite tough if you're not used to it. Alrighty, flip over. We're going to be in a slight V position. So by that I mean your upper body is tilted back. Maybe you'll need your fingers on the ground. What you're going to do is you're going to open the body and then crunch up the body. So it will look like so. Out, in. So a little bit of movement in the upper body, lots of movement in the lower body. You don't need the hands down, you can pop them out to the sides. Alrighty, here we go. 30 seconds, let's do it. In, breathing out as the knees come in, so really helps if you do that. Okay, or like I said, you can have the hands up, make it a little bit tougher. If it gets too much, rest the heels for a few seconds, let the abs recover, and go again. 10 seconds left. Take your time, no rush on any of these exercises, folks. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's a toughie. Alrighty, lying back. 2 feet planted on the mat. We're gonna bring in some hip work, okay? So your plank taps, your first exercise, it's kind of full abs, everything on the front. Okay, the exercise you just did, lower abs, hips, and a bit of legs. This next exercise is gonna be pretty much focused on just the hips. So into this position, everything flat on the ground, heels down, feet flat, knees pointing up to the ceiling. Then I want you to just engage the upper abs and come up like so, just to where your shoulders are off the floor. Then take your hands and you're going side to side like this. So you're aiming for your shoe or your ankle, but watch my shoulders, they stay off the floor. Okay? So you will feel the upper abs a little bit because to keep those shoulders up, you need the upper abs. Ready? Join in, off you go. So we're going side to side, everyone. Reaching and tapping. And what's doing that movement is your obliques, so your hips is what pulling you left and right. Keep that going. If you feel a bit of strain in your neck, just rest down for a few seconds, then come back up when you're good. 10 seconds to go, everybody. Slow movement. Reaching for those heels. Looking straight ahead, up at the sky or the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Nice work. So you should start probably by now, I know I am, just feel a bit of an accumulation of tension, okay, in different areas, but this whole area will start to kind of slowly fatigue. So like I said, when we're warming up, it's really important, if it's gotten too much and you feel that pressure swapping to your back, stop whatever we're doing, okay? No need to pause the video, you can leave me playing and annoying you in the background, but take a few seconds and then come back at it when you're ready, okay? So, back to the start, we're doing our plank, tapping out in front. Ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go, into your plank, reaching out, tap on the floor, or a bottle of water, or something just out in front of you. If you're struggling, you have 2 ways of making this easier. Cut out the taps and just hold the plank, or you could drop the knees, okay, which is a lot easier. So you figure out which one works for you. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with this one. You'll notice there isn't a big twist, okay, it's just a slight lean, left and right to get that hand out. 5 seconds left, everyone. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees, lean back. Take that oh so important recovery time. A few deep breaths. So a lot of these exercises, when you're doing them, it can be hard to breathe and take deep breaths. So when you're in between exercises, that's your opportunity. Feel the lungs really expand. Okay, into a V crunch. 3, 2, 1, let's go. You had your fingers down. You're coming in and out. Hopefully you're breathing out as those knees come in. Not essential, but it will help. Some of you might have your hands up. Okay, another way you can make it harder is lean back more. How far out can you take it? Okay, if you're going back further, it's a lot tougher. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 knees up, switch off for a few seconds. You have 1 more exercise in this group. Flying through this, folks, doing great. So your feet are flat, ankles just out of reach. We're doing our side to side twists. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So your shoulders are up. Remember that first movement, shoulders come up, and then side to side, twisting, keep the neck forward. So through a lot of these exercises, I realize you won't be looking at the screen, so hopefully my words are describing a nice picture for you, but obviously if you need to just have a quick glance at the screen, but then bring your head back to straight or neutral when you're actually doing the exercise. Nearly there. 5 seconds, we're still just twisting left and right. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, super work. You have 1 more exercise, Evan. 1 more exercise. Okay, so the last one's gonna be a little bit tougher. I'm gonna give you a few different options. You figure out which one you wanna work at. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a lot of our abs. Upper, middle, lower, hips, a little bit of legs as well. You're gonna finish on a full crunch. Okay, so you did a sit-up, which is you coming the whole way up. This is just a crunch. So we're kind of just talking upper back and 1 or 2 legs. So these are the options. This is the last exercise we're gonna do. So the 2 hands are now back here, up over the head. You're gonna go single leg, so like so, tap the foot and back down. And then you can swap legs each time. We'll say that's easy, okay? That's your easy version. If you wanna take it up to medium, you'll do both legs at the same time, but you're gonna bend the knee. So it'll look something like this, okay? In and out, okay? That's medium, but if you've tried it already, you'll realize medium isn't so medium, okay? And then tough, if you want, would be 2 legs, 2 arms, but the legs are staying quite straight. Okay, so take a deep breath in, come up, tap the toes, back down. Tap the toes, back down. Okay, so choose an option. All right, you can even mix and match. You don't have to stick with the same option for the full 30 seconds. And then, as well as that, take breaks if you need to. So pop the legs back on the floor anytime you want. Okay, we're gonna do 2 rounds of that 1 exercise, 30 seconds, quick break, and another 30 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so these were your 3 options. You either had 2 hands and 1 foot, and you just swap it each time. Okay, work away at that. Some of you might be doing this one, 2 hands and 2 feet, with the legs extending as they go out. And then some of you might be doing 2 hands, 2 feet with the legs straight. Okay, so figure out the one that works for you. You have 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a good recovery. Okay, if you need to pull the 2 knees up, you have a few seconds. So if you want to sit back into this position. So we're not doing a circuit on this last one. We're just gonna do that exercise 1 last time, and then we're done, folks. Take a few seconds, get your recovery. All right, flip back over onto your back. Choose an option: single leg, double leg with a bent knee, double leg with straight legs. Okay, choose it. 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds of really good work. Then we get a quick stretch. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. No matter which version you've picked, folks, get that breath in sync with the movement. So every time the shoulders come up, you breathe out, okay? That's the pattern, that's the rhythm you want to be in to really intensely engage the abs. It helps if you're breathing out. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, last one. And relax. Release all that tension. Let the lower back come up off the floor. You lie the most comfortable way you know how. All right, take a few seconds, fill the lungs, relax the abs, lie in any position you want. So, you just did maybe about 6, 7 exercises, all focus on that area. There's plenty of ways to make that easier, harder, easier. Like I said, take plenty of breaks. You can rest the legs, you can do the easier versions when I was calling them out. Harder, you can work up to the more advanced ones I was showing you. Take less breaks. You can even pause the video and add in your own extra set if you want. So I wanted to give you kind of a short workout, 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes. And then by making it harder, or if you want to make it harder, just add time. Press repeat on that video if you want. Okay, so we'll just do 2 stretches really quickly for the front and for the sides, because they're the 2 areas we hit the most. For your front, I want you to lie flat, okay, as if you're about to do a press up. Relax the abs, so there's no tension on the abs at all. Deep breath in, and then as you push up, breathe out. You'll feel this really nice stretch all along the front. So the goal here is to keep the hips close to the floor and then peel back. Okay, lie flat. Take a few seconds, we're going to do that a second time. Deep breath, then as you push up, breathe out. Relax those hips, relax the abs. There's no tension anywhere except your arms really on this. Okay, this time we're going to hinge back, do the opposite movement. Okay, and then the last stretch we're going to do, we did a little bit of oblique work, so we're just going to go over to the side. So maybe kneeling down, a little bit of a gap so you're quite solid. Just want to lean over to the side. You get this really nice stretch on the outside of the hip, all down through the rib cage. And swap sides. Maybe a couple of twists to loosen up if you're feeling quite tight in that midsection. And shake it all out and relax. All right, super work everyone, really, really good. If you found it quite tough, don't worry. Like I said, we'll build up that strength. Even do this workout 2 or 3 times before you see me again. That means next week, hopefully, it might seem a little bit easier. If it felt a bit on the easy side, always stick with those advanced versions. You can even have a slight something heavy beside you next time. And I'll show you ways you can add weight to that exercise. Or like I said, if it was too easy, right after I'm finished talking, just start that video again, go again, turn it into a half-an-hour workout. All right, brilliant work. Make sure you tag TCD Sport. This is me, David, signing off again. Really, really good work, Evan. Well done. See you later.